Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about the microcontroller and embedded system. So this is the part of Unit 3, and we take this lecture ahead in both language, Hindi as well as in English. So in this chapter, first we discuss about the embedded system, then what is the difference between embedded system and the computing system. यहाँ पर कंप्यूटिंग सिस्टम का मीनिंग क्या है? Like your computer, personal computer, laptop. So all these are the computing system. Then we will go for the classification of embedded system. So what are the basis or what are the parameter on the basis of which we classify the embedded system. Then we will discuss about the characteristics and the quality attribute of the embedded system. So in this video, we will discuss these three things. So first, definition. So how will you define the embedded system? Embedded system is a system composed of hardware, application software and real-time operating system. तो हम कह सकते हैं कि embedded system में three components है: hardware, application software and real-time operating system. And what is the other characteristics? It can be small. यदि हम इसके साइज की बात करें तो ये स्मॉल इंडिपेंडेंट सिस्टम भी हो सकता है और एक लार्ज कॉम्बिनेशनल सिस्टम भी हो सकता है जो किसी पर्टिकुलर एप्लीकेशन के लिए डेवलप किया हो. सो embedded system is a system composed of hardware, application software and real-time operating system. Now next, few more details about the embedded system. So in embedded system, what basically we do, we embedded the software into the hardware. So हमारे पास क्या होता है, एक हार्डवेयर डिवाइस है, हार्डवेयर प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसमें हम सॉफ्टवेयर को एम्बेडेड करते हैं. जस्ट लाइक योर माइनर प्रोजेक्ट. आप माइनर प्रोजेक्ट में ऑर्डिनो बोर्ड लेते हो, फिर ऑर्डिनो बोर्ड में आप प्रोग्रामिंग करते हो यूजिंग ऑर्डिनो आईडी. एंड व्हेन वी discuss about the designing part, then we will discuss this thing also. So embedded system is a system that has software embedded into the hardware. Now the main part, the specific point that I want to introduce here, that embedded systems are designed for the specific task. आप किसी पर्टिकुलर टास्क के लिए एम्बेडेड सिस्टम डिजाइन करते हो. That is not general. Embedded system is not general. This is designed only for the specific application or specific task. Again, the size of embedded system may be small or large based on the application. So basically in embedded system, we use microcontroller based control system to perform a specific task. Now, embedded system consists of three components: hardware, application software and real-time operating system. So hardware क्या है? Hardware is a physical component. Hardware device, physical component. What are the example of hardware? Microcontroller, integrated circuit, power supply, LCD display. When you are designing your minor or major project, you purchase or you collect different hardware components and then you start designing your project. So all the components that you purchase or collect to design your project, that categorized into the hardware. It may be sensors, it may be ADC devices, ADC converters, voltage regulators. All these are the hardware components. Now next is a application software. So application software क्या करता है? It allow the user to perform the different applications to be run on the embedded system. So without application software, आप एप्लीकेशंस रन नहीं कर सकते एम्बेडेड सिस्टम में. सो एप्लीकेशन सॉफ्टवेयर is needed in order to design the embedded system. And the last one is a real-time operating system. What it does, ये क्या करता है? RTOs supervise the working of embedded system. So basically, this is the interface between hardware and these two components. So RTO's real-time operating system is the interface between these two hardware and application software. So in this block diagram, you can see these are the RTOs. This is the in between this hardware and application software. Now, next part is what is the difference between computer or any computing device and the embedded system. So, computer is also a combination of hardware and software resources and integrated together. But computer provides different functionality, various functionality to the user. In case of computer, user human interaction is needed. Your PC can't function without you. आप अपने लैपटॉप को ऑन करोगे और आप उस पर कुछ भी आपको जो काम करना है वॉट एवर टास्क यू वांट टू परफॉर्म आप कर सकते हैं. बट एम्बेडेड डिवाइस जस्ट अपोजिट, इट डोंट नीड ह्यूमन इंटरेक्शन. इसमें आपको ह्यूमन इंटरेक्शन की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं होती है. वंस यू हैव डिजाइन, एक बार आपने एम्बेडेड डिवाइस डिजाइन कर दिया, देन यू डोंट need to interact or interfere the functioning part. We see this with the example in next video. So how will you define embedded system? Is a part of integrated system. Again, combination of hardware and software, but perform specific function, specific task, and embedded system can operate without human interaction. So this is the basic difference between computer and the embedded system. In this table, you can see the different parameter. First one is the definition. We already discussed this. Human interaction. For computer, human interaction is needed, but embedded device not needed. What are the different types of computers based on the architecture? So analog computer, digital computer, hybrid computer, all these are the different computers, computing devices. Whereas embedded devices, small scale embedded system, medium scale, sophisticated or complex embedded system. And in case of computer, there is only two components, hardware and software. But in embedded system, there is a hardware, firmware, RTOs, and the software. If we talk about the cost, so computer, if you want to purchase computer, then you have to pay more for the computer. But if you want to design the embedded system for a small application, so the cost is little bit less, and computer need different peripheral. You already know, like keyboard, mouse, display, printer, all these things. Whereas in embedded devices, in this also we need peripherals. But what peripherals? SD card, serial communication interfaces like RS-232 and other interfaces, communication interface, USB, USART, all these things are needed for the embedded devices. Again, purpose, embedded system perform specific tasks. Power consumption, computer require more power, embedded device need less power. Think about your minor project or major project. You are designing your project using Arduino, then what power supply, how much power supply you need? Compare with that. Complexity, computer is complex device than the embedded system. And these are the few more differences. And this PDF I have shared in the ACC soft. So you can refer this table to compare computer and embedded device. Now, the next topic is classification of embedded system. So how you will classify the embedded system? You can classify on the basis of two factors. First, performance and functional requirement and performance of microcontroller. So based on the performance and the functional requirement, it can be divided into four types. First one is real-time embedded system. Here real time is the main concept, main parameter. So what is real time embedded system? So in the real time embedded system is time specific. क्या मतलब हुआ इसका? What does it mean? These embedded system provide output in a defined time interval. आप पर्टिकुलर टाइम इंटरवल पर ही आउटपुट आपको मिलेगा यूजिंग दिस रियल टाइम एम्बेडेड सिस्टम. So these embedded system are real time, so provide quick response in critical situation.